guys, welcome to another day of Tea with Eve. I'm Eve, and today I'm gonna show you how we made it to Machu Picchu with our children. Let's grab a cup of tea. Last year we planned a vacation to Machu Picchu to go by the end of June. By that time we found out we were pregnant and we had to cancel all our travel plans. Long story short, I had the baby on January this year, and when I recovered, we made all research possible about if it were safe to visit Peru with a 5-month-old, and then we booked our flights again for June. There were many things to consider. Baby first flight, is the food and water safe? How cold it would be? Altitude sickness? In my previous video I mentioned about how sometimes couples avoid traveling when they have kids, and it could be scary, but if you're prepared, things will go just fine. We decided it was best to fly during the night when potentially both kids will be sleeping. Luckily, it was exactly what happened.
So, we took an overnight connecting flight from San Francisco to Panama, and from there, another one to Lima, which is the capital of Peru.
Peru is located just below the equator line, which is the invisible line that divides the Earth into north and south hemispheres, which means when it's summer here, it's winter there. During the day, the temperatures are kind of chill, but at night, especially in the mountains, can drop below zero. These are things you need to consider when you are traveling so you can pack the appropriate clothing. The check-in process at the airport went very smooth, along with the TSA check. We checked one big bag and a carry-on and kept only 2 personal bags, one with the baby essentials, which were 2 changes of clothes, enough diapers and wipes, a blanket and a toy, and another one that is a hydration backpack with also a blanket and books for the kid and snacks for all of us. Also the stroller and the baby carrier. I recommend to everyone who travels with their family to get one of these travel wallets. It's a time saver. It has multiple pockets for the passport, as you can see, for cards, and also has pocket here for travel documents and boarding passes. I'm very conscious about the environment, so we always bring besides the hydration backpack stainless steel water bottle like this one to try to avoid plastic waste, especially on airplanes where every time you ask for water, they bring you new plastic cups. We thought it was best not to buy a seat for the baby, and we used the baby carrier as a way to safely sleep with her during the flight. Also, she was breastfeeding and it just works better for me that way. Another reason was since we weren't renting a car for driving, which is not recommended in Peru, we actually didn't need a car seat. It was just better to move around the city by taxi, which are cheap. We were really surprised of how well the baby behaved on the plane.
As soon as the plane took off, I fed her and she almost immediately fell asleep and remained asleep almost for the entire flight. On all the flights, when she wasn't sleeping, she was just playful.
It's recommended for infants to drink something, milk or water, or suck a pacifier while the plane is taking off and when landing to help them with ear pains. For bigger kids, they can also chew gum or suck on hard candies. We bought this stroller for our travelings at a very affordable price compared with other similar types and brands. Super easy to use and comfortable to carry. We bought also detachable backpack straps and adapted to the stroller using zip ties. This stroller was perfect for the city, and since it's very compact and small when it's folded, it's super convenient when moving around. You can find the links of all these products in the description. Once in Lima, we took a taxi to our B&B in Miraflores, which is the main touristic district of Lima. We stayed very close to Lancomar, the main shopping center of the city. The views from there were amazing, and the restaurants were all good.
It has a kids bar that overlooks the ocean. We chose to eat at a restaurant named Tanta, which have amazing typical Peruvian food. The huancaína style potato was delicious.
Lima is considered the food capital of South America and one of the top culinary destinations in the world, so if you love food, that's the place.
We stayed 3 days. We visited El Barranco, which is like the bohemian side of Lima, where there's art everywhere. We went to Magic Water Circuit, a park with over a dozen of unique design fountains and lights and laser shows at night. Fun for all ages. And of course, we visited the historic center, once known as the City of Kings and was founded by Spanish conqueror Francisco Pizarro in the 16th century, and the city is a landmark of the Spanish architectural influences with the colonial mansions, the cathedral, and the plazas.
We wish we could stay longer, but we had a long journey ahead of us to Machu Picchu. We went to Cusco by plane, which is the fastest and safest way to get there from Lima. The city of Cusco sits at an elevation of more than 11,000 feet. This is where we were all worried about how the altitude can affect us, especially the children. But believe it or not, they felt better than us. Just to be safe, we thought it was best to acclimatize first.
So we hired a taxi who took us out of Cusco to lower elevations, first to Maraya Moraz and then to the city of Urubamba, the largest town in the Sacred Valley, where we were supposed to stay. Turns out Urubamba is a province and have many districts including Urubamba City, and when we were making our Airbnb booking, we got confused with that and we ended up staying in Lamay. After all, it was a good mistake because it was there in Lamay where we took a closer look to the Quechua culture.
Even though the food is very safe in Peru, it's not recommended to drink tap water, especially when traveling with small children. You can get a 2-liter bottle for just 3 soles.
After a few days in Lamay, we took another taxi to Ollantaytambo, where we had the best day experience of our entire trip, and we got to feel we were living like locals. We visited 2 Inca ruins. These hikings were the perfect warm-up for Machu Picchu. The culture of Ollantaytambo is amazing. It's very touristy, but still you feel the Indian way of life. It was there where we got to see the first alpacas. If visiting Ollantaytambo, you have to eat at Chuncho, the best restaurant to eat ancestral Peruvian food with organic local ingredients. 3 more days and we headed to Aguascalientes by train. The journey took nearly 2 hours. We took the Vista Dome, which offered panoramic views of the valley. It was fun for the kids and a new experience for the baby.
I recommend to buy water in any other place other than Aguascalientes because they sell it there for more than 3 times the price. In Aguascalientes, meaning hot water in English, there is no public transportation. There are only buses that goes to the Inca citadel of Machu Picchu. So, when booking the stay, plan ahead with your host to pick you up at the train station. Otherwise, chances are you'll get lost.
Many visitors only stay 2 days with the only reason of going to Machu Picchu. Really, it's not much to do other than that, but the town itself is really unique and strange and worth staying for more than 2 days in my consideration. It has many restaurants and shops and offers a beautiful landscape with the cobble streets and alleys, the river, the mountains, and the small buildings. The town is surrounded by many sculptures and statues that reflects the history and worldview of the Indian people. Be aware that everything is cheap there, and for that reason the town is more expensive than the rest of the valley. The main attraction is the hot waters, from which its name, and most visitors will spend some time soaking in the warm natural waters after finishing their hikes. The day in Machu Picchu was phenomenal. We did the hike to one of the mountains. We chose Machu Picchu mountain because even though it's the longest hike, it is the least dangerous. It took us almost 3 hours to get to the summit and 2 to get back. I carried the baby on my back and made a few stops to breastfeed her, to rest and hydrate. The kid also did amazing. He really enjoyed the adventure of climbing a mountain. After the mountain, we spent some time exploring the citadel and learning about the Incas. It's amazing the energy you feel in a place like that. I felt like rejuvenating.
To keep us hydrated, we use the hydration backpack plus our water bottles because you need lots of water and some protein snacks. Wear comfortable hiking shoes and dress on layers as it gets warmer. If booking Machu Picchu, do it in advance, as just a specific amount of people are allowed to enter every day. You'll find a list of all the products we use in this trip in the description below, along with other websites to buy tickets and get more info. To get back, we took the same train, but this time we did the whole 3 hours and a half trip to Cusco. We arrived at night, and until then, we didn't feel the altitude's difference. We got into the B&B, took a bath, and then to a restaurant because we were so hungry. The host at the restaurant recommended us to have soup instead of mate de coca. to feel better, because it's not a good idea to go to bed after drinking coca, but yes, next morning definitely you have to drink a cup of coca tea along with the breakfast. It's the most natural and effective way to fight against the altitude sickness. After all, it's what the locals have been doing for centuries. One cup of tea or even half is enough for the whole day. Safe for kids and breastfeeding moms. You can also buy coca candies at any place.
We spent 2 days in Cusco, the historic capital of the Inca Empire, a beautiful city that also have Spanish architectural influences. It have lots of parks for the kids to play and make new friends, many museums, cultural places, delicious restaurants with typical food. Just walking the streets is an amusement park.
Overall, Peru is very safe and fun for the entire family. With a good planification, you can have an awesome experience. It's safe for babies and even more for kids. For us, it was very easy since the baby was only drinking breast milk, but if it's not your case, you can still bring all the food supplies or buy them there. In Lima, they have plenty of variety of babies and kids products. Our son really enjoyed Peruvian food. He had soup and homemade lemonade every meal. Every day was an experience and something new to try. Always delicious. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please check the description below for useful links and products. Bye guys, see you over the next cup of tea, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you won't miss any future videos.